Uhuru Sasa, which means freedom now in Kiswahili, and I think Kiswahili might be the 10th largest language, spoken language on the planet Earth at this particular time. I might be wrong, but joining us on the line is a long time comrade of mine, Jay Douglas, and Jay Douglas is has a great film, and the film is we'll talk about the film, but the film is called Play It Loud, and it is making the rounds, and hopefully he can get it into the film festival in Burkina Faso and the film festivals in the Caribbean and Los Angeles and all around the world. And my brother Jay, how are you doing today?
I'm blessed. We're blessed. We are above ground, so we're all blessed. Give thanks, my brother. Give thanks.
So, in terms of the film, is called "Play It Loud," and you are receiving accolades from all over the place. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we just got an award for Play It Loud out in Saskatchewan, Canada. It's from the Golden Sheaf Award. It's Golden Sheaf Festival Film Festival is the oldest film festival in North America, and also we received one from the Windrush Film Festival in London, England. Just recently, and you know that old story with the Windrush situation in the UK.
Well, tell the listeners that don't know about the Windrush, briefly.
Well, you know, the early brothers and sisters who migrated to England, to the UK from the Caribbean, you know, they went there, and of course, after a while, they're not being recognized for what they've done over the years and how they've been treated. So, not too long ago, there was, after a protest and determination, there was an apology to these beautiful people so they can get their citizenship and all they deserve. But they're still debating repatriation, and I don't know, when that's going to resolve. So that's what the Windrush story, that's part of it.
Right. Okay, so I'll cut you off about the awards. You were talking about the awards that the film has.
Yes. We just received the Windrush Film Festival Award, and as a matter of fact, they had a ceremony in Brixton, and we weren't able to be there to attend because when this was going on, we were in Trinidad, in the Caribbean, for the screening of the documentary. And while we were in Trinidad, it was being screened in Barbados. So, Play It Loud has been, doing very well, touching a lot of bases all over. And I'm very happy about that, Otis, because, of course, when I got called to do this documentary from the producer, Andrew Munger, and the director, Graham Madison, I didn't know these people, but they called me and told me they wanted to do a documentary, and then I asked them to, get together with me in another couple of weeks or whatever. But thank God for your guiding light, because I had to call you to check out these brothers, who they are. I did not know them, and you gave me the green light. You told me, you said, Jay, he's not the producer. He's on the right side of town. So thank you, man. that's how I decided to sign the agreement and go forward. And after that, I asked them, after you tell me to go forward, I asked the producer again and the director. I said, how can this documentary, how can it create an impact on the young people's life, the young generation? And they told me that they gave me an answer 2 years when we were into it, and it's rightly so. A lot of a lot of young people are, drawn to this documentary, Play It Loud, because it's got a lot of history. It's about how the music came from, the Caribbean, especially Jamaica, to Canada, and in the early years. And another thing too, in the 50s, a lot of domestic workers, including my mother, came from the Caribbean to Canada to work in these homes. And they started that was a foundation that's part of the history of the black people in Canada right now, especially in the big cities, Montreal, Toronto. So a lot of all that is being documented in this documentary, Play It Loud.
Melinda, I guess you have some.
Yeah. So where, your film's going around in festivals, is there been any kind of news about being picked up by Twitter, or if it's going to be on TV, or is that still in the works?
It's on TV here in Canada. TVO YouTube. And reason for that, one of the big sponsors behind Play It Loud is TVO Ontario, one of our local TV stations. Unfortunately, you're not able to see it in the United States as yet until TVO allows the documentary to be shown outside of Canada. So right now, at this time, it can be seen on YouTube, TVO YouTube in Canada. So it's being shown every day.
And have you had any contact with the film festival in Burkina Faso? There's a film festival in Burkina Faso where Ibrahim Traore is in power. They're having some issues there, I guess. The West is trying to get rid of him, but like the Burkina Faso situation, I would really like to see that film go to Burkina Faso, because Ibrahim Traore is a fan of big fan of reggae music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, my director of this documentary, Graham Madison, that's what they're working on as we speak. They're doing a lot of international connection, and hoping that we can start in the fall, in September, October. And I know they're talking about Africa, and that'd be so good, because in the documentary, as you've seen, it shows where I auditioned at the same time with Bob Marley and the Wailers, Studio One, and of course, you know what Bob Marley music with other reggae artists, what it has done for Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great story. So I know they're talking about how to get it distributed in Africa.
The reggae music is, as everyone knows, is huge on the African continent. What about you? You lived in Asia. what are your contacts like in Asia in terms of the film? You lived in Hong Kong, if I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, I lived there working for the Sheraton, and then they would send me up to Beijing, Sheraton, Beijing, and then they wanted to send me to Australia at the resort, but I got homesick, man. I got homesick, so I asked to let me go back to Toronto. I came here a week after. A week after, I was so mad at myself for coming up because Toronto was so different, man. Not like living in Asia. So now Hong Kong, the roots and connection that I have there, some of it is there, but since the mainland China took it back from the British, a lot of stuff has changed there, Otis.
Oh, okay.
A lot of stuff changed, compared to when I used to be there. So that's a new. But in mainland China, there's, as we speak, there's a little bit of connection, and they're starting to show some interest. So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
I think there is I remember there's a woman by the name of Wei Fei Wong or Wong Fei. She's from I think she's from Peking, Beijing, but I think she moved to Hong Kong
Shanghai?
for she's an actress and so on and so forth. But she does a lot of reggae and R&B songs. They in Cantonese. She's got I think of you for 2 occasions, day and night. Yeah, she has a Cantonese version of Night and Day by who's that? By Babyface and what's Babyface's group? The Deal. Yeah, The Deal, who used to be by your countryman Don Taylor, used to manage The Deal. Yeah.
Used to manage I mean Don Thompson, Don Taylor.
Don Taylor, Bob's manager, right?
Manager, yeah. He used to manage Little Anthony and the Imperials too.
Jackie Wilson, Chuck Jackson, yeah, he
was.
Yeah. Don Taylor was the. He has a great book out. I have to find my copy of his book, right?
Yeah, about Bob.
Oh, yeah, it's about Bob, yeah. And he and Bob had some issues, and I had some issues with him too.
Well, you have to wait till you meet him in heaven. Yeah.
No, I'll give you a joke. We were in Los Angeles, California, at the in Santa Barbara. No, we were in Santa Barbara, and that's when Bob and Peter came back together and performed. This was and he gave me a piece of his. I was asking him about an interview, so I was telling him that I lived in Toronto, Canada, and I was only be there for a couple of days. So he was basically giving me a piece of his mind. And Sly Dunbar was standing there, and he was just shaking his head. And that's how I met. That's the first time I saw Sly. And Sly Dunbar came over to me and says, that brother's kind of, forgive us, that brother's kind of out there, so he's not representing. He kind of, he don't have any, he don't have any manners,
Yeah. That's who Sly is. Still is.
Right.
Still is. Yeah.
Sly Dunbar, great drummer. Sly and Robert.
A great human being too. Great. And of course, he's produced some of my songs, my recordings. I'm grateful.
Did he do the one with Tasha T?
Yes, the world is trouble. Tasha T is in England right now as we speak. She called me 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
She's doing very well over there. Yeah, that track,
That's
The
a
World
great
is
track.
Trouble.
I love that track. I played I Love World is Trouble. That's a Dennis Brown.
Yes. Sly produced it, and it's doing very well over in Europe there, especially in the UK. And he produced Stone in Love, the Stylistics.
Mm-hmm.
Produced that track with me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, Stone in Love with You. Russell talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sly, he's been very good to me over the years. With his producing has helped me a lot. And he's also in the documentary, you know that. You see
it.
Yeah. Ian Robbins in the documentary. Wailer's in the documentary. Grub Cooper, the drummer from Fab Five, is in the documentary. Jackie Richardson. Oh man, that documentary. And if Rita Marley, if unfortunately she's ill, you know, she's had a couple of strokes. She was supposed to be in the documentary Play It Loud, and of course she's apologized through her brother. But she was supposed to be in there. Because Rita and I go way back, way before she married Bob. The Cougars, my band, used to back her when she was with the Soulettes, when she came to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Soulettes. That's before she married Bob Marley. We go way back.
Her brother lives in Canada, right?
Yes, in Ajax. Wesley. I spoke to him last week. Wesley Anderson.
Yes. I used to see him all the time at Harborfront.
Yeah, Wesley Anderson. And check this. The Anderson side that's Rita. She's a Henderson, and her mother was born in Cuba.
Yeah, yep. I know that.
Not Rita. Because I asked Rita about it. I said, Rita, were you born? She said, no, but they have it that way. Just let it run. It's my mom. She said, just let it go on like that. She said it's her mother that was born in Cuba. The Anderson. Because, you know, the early years, the Jamaicans, they had to go to Panama or Cuba to get employment.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of Jamaican roots in Cuba, also Panama, also Costa Rica. You know all that stuff over this.
Yeah, but you're talking to the audience a lot. The audience don't know. Like the Cubans, I remember I remember being in Jamaica listening to Cuban radio, and you won't believe the song that they were playing. Hey, Mr. Policeman by Rick James on Cuban radio.
That's right. Yeah. And we in Jamaica, because we were limited to one radio station, RJR, Radio Jamaica, Radio Fusion, we had to tune into Cuba radio station, and we would get the American blues or soul music through Cuba or from Miami, WINZ. Yeah, that's how we got the influence of the American music through Miami or Cuba in those early years. And it brought us to where, especially me, to where I am. That American influence of the music. But yet it came all the way out of Africa originally.
Right. Well, I remember I had a sister. I gave her the Swahili name Kidogo, which means little bit. She was Jamaican. She was very short, very dark-skinned sister, and me and her were like two straws in a Coke. And she came to America when she was 3. So, and I was influenced by Marcus Garvey and Joel Augustus Rogers, J.A. Rogers. He was, I guess they would consider him. He was a brown man, a white Jamaican, really, and he wrote 100 Amazing Facts about the Negro and the 5 Negro presidents, great men of color. we used to worship Joel Augustus, J.A. Rogers, and yeah, she, you know, I was, well, she had left when she was 3, but we would always talk about uh, Jamaica all the time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got to tell you a story. Before Rita Marley got sick, she came to Toronto. Usually when she would come to Toronto visit her brother, she would give me a shout out. So she called me to tell me she's in Toronto. She'd like to see me. So I went to see her, and I said, Rita, your timing could not be any better. There's a play going on in the theater downtown, and it's about Fela Kuti,
Mm-hmm.
the brother from Nigeria.
Right.
No, you can tell the people who Fela Kuti is, man. So,
Fela. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, the Fela was the biggest. He was like the James Brown or the Bob Marley of Africa, and he was a revolutionary. He's been to Toronto many times. He came here and played with he and Jimmy Cliff played at the Ontario place, right? And he has his son is Femi Kuti. He has another son called Seyoun. So he's very much a part of the mix, right?
Right. He lived in the United States for a while, didn't he?
He lived in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, and then he went back to Nigeria, right?
Correct.
But what happened after he passed? They did a play in his life, and they brought it at Mervish Theater. So I told Rita about it, and I told her I'm going to get some passes so we all could go see it. And she said, that's all right. Let's go see it. And Otis, I'm telling you, as soon as we got into the theater and the usher took us to a seat, as soon as we're getting ready to sit in that play, man, our fellow Kuti was talking about Bob Marley and how much he loved and respect Bob Marley. Rita said, oh my God, I just made it in time to hear them talking about my husband. Just like that. No kidding. Yeah. Never forget that. That was the last time I saw Rita Marley in Toronto. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that play it's an amazing story. Amazing.
Yeah, the brother who played Fela Kuti is he is from he's from Watts, California, and
really?
I guess he has one of his parents is from the continent, and the other one is from is Yankee Doodle Dandy, right? Sa. His name is Sa. Yeah, Sa. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a bad his band, man. His music was something else. Yeah, but the system did him in, right?
Oh yeah, he was they killed his mother. Threw her out of a window, out of a second floor. Yeah.
Oh.
His mother was his mother was a first woman to have a driver's license. She knew Chairman Mao Zedong. His mother was his family was doctors, lawyers, and he came from a family of people that were doctors, and I think his one of his brothers may have even been the minister of medicine in Nigeria.
But he wanted no part of that system in Nigeria. The second coming of Peter Tosh.
Peter Tosh said that he went to go see Fela, and Fela was asleep. I have it on tape. Yeah, Peter never met Fela. He met Sonny Okosun.
Oh,
and he never met Fela. He was upset at Fela because he said every time he went to go see Fela, Fela was asleep, and so he hooked up with Sonny Okosun.
Man, no, every time I think of Fela, man, I think of Peter Tosh because they had so much in common. There wasn't no part of the shit stem. Incredible. Yeah. I hope they turn his Fela. I hope they turn his nightclub, but he called it he had a name for it, not the Sangre.
The Calacuta Republic was his house. I went to his house and to the club.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you went there?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Fela. I've been to Fela. Been to Fela's house. When Fela came to Toronto. Milton was supposed to. Milton Blake, the late great Milton Blake, our brother from Montego Bay. Milton Blake was supposed to introduce him, and there was a sister from Liberia that brought him here, and there was a lot of a lot of issues. And when he performed here, there were more people on stage than there were in the audience.
He had a special name for that place, like you said, his shrine. No,
the Calacuta Republic.
Yeah.
That was he was in the Calacuta prison, so he called his house the Calacuta Republic, right?
That must be really a very moving experience for you to go there. No wonder you're Norman Otis Richmond. So you've been there, brother.
Oh yeah, I always get criticized for that, that Congo Bongo, that African stuff, I get criticized. I always get criticized for that,
Quite an experience.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I know sons or boys, right? Young men.
Yes. Seun is the youngest one.
Are any of them moving forward with his work, with their father's work?
All of them.
Oh, they're doing it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Femi Kuti, check him out. He's on tour now.
Oh, his son is on tour now?
Yeah.
In the United States?
Yeah, he's in the States right now, I think.
I'd love to see him.
Hopefully he'll come here.
I'd love to see him when
he's been here before.
He's been to Toronto?
Yeah. Both of them, Seun and Femi have been here.
Huh?
Both of them have been here.
Oh, so they have their separate gigs, right?
Yeah. They're Seun is the baby. Yeah, Seun is Fela's youngest. He plays saxophone just like Fela.
Wow.
And he's in the politics big time, big. Yeah, he's very outspoken.
Just like the father.
But I don't think I understand he might have stopped smoking herb, and I think he's a one woman man. He's like the father, but he's not as wild as Fela.
Okay.
He's kind of.
Please let me know when they're in Toronto or when they're coming. Either of them.
Yeah, Melinda, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, before I ask you about if you have any upcoming music, I just wanted to remind listeners that this is our fund drive. And as you heard in the last half hour, it's like conversations you won't hear anywhere else. So it's important to keep the platform going and keep archiving and telling our own story. So please go to your keyboard and press blackpower96 .org/DM. That's online. If you're on the Cash App, we're Black Power 96. And if you want to call in your pledge, you could call into the station 1-888-979-2796. Again, the number is 1-888.
Can you repeat it again? Wait, 1 second, let me write it, because I want to make a
point. I've been told. I'll say it again. Do you have a pen?
Wait, let me get a piece of it. Yeah.
So all listeners, get a pen so that I can say it slowly and write it down. Are you ready, Jay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the number is 1-888-979-2796. Again, it is 1-888-979-2796.
Is it 3796?
No, it's 979-2796.
Oh, 27. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-888-979-2796.
Yes. So we got it.
And I can do this anytime throughout the day?
Yes. Well, I mean, if you can, as soon as you get off the phone, you could call in.
Yeah. I'll do that.
So that there's going to be people on the phones right now. So.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
So Jay, do you have new music you're working on, or?
Thanks for asking. There's a producer that produced one of my songs, Hallelujah, that got me nominated for the June on Oldest Notice. The producer used to be the guitar player for a band in Jamaica called the Fab Five Band. And he phoned me last week that he's in town, passing through. I said, no, you ain't going nowhere. So I took him to Eddie Bullen's studio, Thunderdome Music, and I asked him to lay me a track. So my next project is another Dennis Brown. This is called Wolves and Leopards. The wolves and the leopards are trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd. Have you heard that track before? It's an early Dennis Brown.
I don't remember that one. No, I've seen the title.
It's got a great message. It's called Wolves and Leopards. So that's what I'll be putting out in the next month or two because of the message. The wolves and the leopards. They're trying to kill the sheep and the shepherds. We've lost quite a few shepherds. Dr. King, Lumumba, name it. Don't get me started, Otis Richards. We've lost a lot of shepherds, man, and there's still some that, So this was my hopefully in the next month and a half, this track will be out. And thank you for asking.
We must remember Dennis Emmanuel Brown, the Crown Prince of Reggae, right?
That's right. Crown Prince of Reggae. Thank you for asking.
And Jay, we've run out of time, sir.
It's always a pleasure, and thank you. I'm so happy I got back home from church, man. Thank you all. Thank you. Is this a sister that's in Minnesota, right?
This is, Melinda is in Toronto, and Lisa is in Minnesota.
God bless you, sisters. God bless you. As they say in Jamaica, please walk good.
You sound like Miss Lou now.
Louis Bennett, thank you. God bless.
All right. Yes, sir.
Thank
all right.
You.
And time for the Jazz Zone with TN Providential. We're coming back later with Dr. One.